Okay, so what I have here is a Mitutoyo height gauge, number 192-114. It's a 24-inch height gauge. I got this thing off the internet, and it comes to me in kind of sad shape. Not bad. I've got to clean this up still. Um, I went over it with a razor blade, and you can't really feel it, but I don't like it. So that'll need a little sanding. A couple of these shafts here were I don't know, they must have dropped it or something. There are a couple of little dings, and wasn't crazy about doing it, but I had to sand down the little divot without getting too much. Here it is right here. I don't know if you can see that. The dog agrees. Anyways, because this would not slide up past that, and then there was another one lower. It's covering it right now, but same thing. Anyways, that being said, that's taken care of. The problem I was having was the needle movement wasn't that fantastic, and I don't know if these machines are supposed to have a little slop in it or not, but I think it should be a little more accurate than that. When you move the knob, I can move it maybe this far without any reaction from the needle, and I'd like to get a little tighter than that. So I ripped its guts out, if you can see here. There's 6 screws, I think it is, and it comes right out of the back. This engages with one shaft, and that's what gets it to ride up and down. The knob goes on this side of it, and then when you turn the knob, it turns this shaft, which in turn turns the gears in this clockwork mechanism, and it rotates those numbers. And this, somebody at one time had greased it with I don't know, looked like automotive grease, but it was very sticky, very gummy, dried out. And I'm a smart guy, so I cleaned it all out with WD-40. It's great for cleaning grease. And I put this white lithium grease, and I don't know, maybe I shouldn't use grease. Maybe I should just use oil. This isn't an automotive thing. It's not going to be running. It's just going to turn a knob. So I'm here to clean out all this muck. Now these gears, they go inside of the back side of this thing here. Let's see if I could turn it over without breaking it. All right, looks like we're gonna work out here. Okay, nice. So this is the inside of it, and as you can see, there's a couple of brass posts. These are what this mounts to, and then and then you can see those 3 little brass inserts. 2 of those are for the tops of these gears, and then the center one is for this one here, which transfers the motion to the needle. Now this side here is the side that moves. There's boy, I wish I knew English. There's a gear, I guess, on this one here, real fine pitch, and that's what these gears roll on. And then that is transferred to also the bottom side of that needle right there. So that transfers over to it. Steady, boy. Too much coffee. And so here's the deal. Wasn't working great, and I wasn't happy with it, and so I'm here to fix it. and probably shouldn't, but it's one of those things where you're either going to fix it or you're going to break it, because you know you just ain't happy with the way it was working. Inside here you could also see there's a brass insert there and one there. That's where these gears, the bottom side of these gears, are right in. Now you can see this gear here has a spring, and it's floating on this gear, and then this gear, it's completely attached to that shaft. The gear with the spring mechanism goes onto here, and I have no idea why it has a spring. Maybe it's because both of these operate the needle shaft, and you know, it's to have a little give, I guess, just in case it's off a little bit. So I'm looking for the adjustment that could get the gears to mesh a little bit more into this shaft, so I have more of a positive action when I'm spinning the knob, and less what do you call that, you know, slack. Turn this over. So okay, so I had to take this bezel off. This bezel comes off by, there's a spring here, the spring here, oops, there you are, this spring here, and that spring down there that just fell out goes right here. And the way you get this bezel off of here is, and this is real crunchy, gritty, there were metal shavings and stuff in there, and it had to come off anyhow to get clean. Anyways, it's got that little hole in there, and that little hole, you align it to that side there, you push a little paper clip or whatever in there, and push that spring clip in, and then pry it up a little bit, and then the same on this end here. And unfortunately, the needle goes atop this number thing here, the indicator, and I had bent mine up pretty good, straightened it out, but I'm not happy with it. It's not perfect, but nevertheless. So I'm looking for the adjustment to get those gears to mesh a little better. And I'm thinking what I've done is loosen these screws. Now watch this, if I could hold still. There's a little bit of play here. And I'm thinking that's what's going to help move it over to mesh a little better with that. That's what we're here for. That's what we're doing. I should clean out all this lithium grease and just go with maybe some kind of sewing machine oil. Or any kind of very thin oil, and have less resistance on everything. And maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe that's just maybe the lithium grease is fine too. I don't know. But like I said, it's not machinery. It's not going to be running, 10,000 RPMs for an hour. You're just going to roll it up and down a little bit, and the oil is probably fine, and grease is overkill. So like I says, we're either going to fix it or we're going to break it, or we ain't going to do anything to improve it, and it's still going to function the same. So that's what we got for now.